Yo, let's make sure it's working. Be doing a drink review. Make sure this is public. It says public. Cool. There we go. Pause that. And this one, doing a multi-stream. Three, two, one. Cool. Looks like it's working. How's it going? I'll be doing a drink review as usual. These are pretty fun. I enjoy them. I enjoy trying out various drinks, sometimes food. But the drinks to me are a little easier and more fun. So that's why I tend to do the drinks. But today we've got Hint Grape. It's a pretty basic one. I'm not expecting too much from the hint, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll be surprised. And then we've got Topo-Chico blueberry with hibiscus extract. And this is a sparkling water. The can looks nice on this. I was like, ooh. Yeah, so I'm going to start with the hint. But before I pop them up or anything, we can take a look at their websites. So here's the hint information. This is just water with a little bit of flavor potentially. They call it water infused with grape essence. It has 0 calories or sweeteners. So yeah. So let's see this. Yeah, this is a 16 fluid ounce bottle, which is 474 milliliters or 1 pt, whatever that is. Obviously there might be different sizes, but I think the one that I linked was 16 fluid ounce. Nutrition facts, pretty much 0, no surprise. So it says vegan friendly, gluten-free, sugar-free, preservative-free, no diet sweeteners, and kosher certified. Not really much. I can't really scroll around too much on their website because they have pricing information, and Amazon's very particular about pricing information, basically not showing it. So I can read off on the bottle here. Switch back to the main view. Yeah, nutrition facts, pretty much 0, everything. From what I can tell. Yeah, I don't see any, not even sodium. So ingredients, purified water, and natural flavors. Whatever natural flavors are, that is what is in here. So it says Hint is vegan and free of sugar, sweeteners, MSG, nuts, soy, gluten, and preservatives. And it is made in San Francisco, California. And they say, like I said earlier, water infused with grape essence. Take a look at the bottle before we open it. Yeah. So I forgot to turn this on. Not much to it. Got a little bit of information on the top there. Let's pop it open. See if it has a smell. I don't really... No surprise, I don't really smell anything. Okay, So this is supposed to be the grape one. We'll see. Another smell test. I'll try to hold this up. I think I need to really breathe in to potentially get some smell to this. There's a smell of something. I wouldn't say that it smells like grape. It just smells like something. Well, it smells like you go into a supermarket and you walk around the fruit and vegetable section. Yeah, maybe if you went in the grape area of the fruit and vegetable section of a supermarket, that's what it smells like. As I smell it more, it does start to smell like grape. Yeah. So I would say it does smell like grape. It's just the essence of a grape. Anyways, there's not much to it. You're going to see more dirty cup stains than liquid color or anything like that, if the camera will focus. Yeah, the camera's struggling. I changed the setting on the camera, so I think I need to change it back. But yeah, let's try it out. Okay. It does actually taste like something. Yeah. I don't know how, but it has a sweetness to it. Hmm. It feels a little thicker than water. I'm actually kind of impressed. Wow. Oops, I just like burped in my mouth. That actually tastes like a sweet liquid. And it is in the direction of a grape. What the heck? I don't know how this is possible, but yeah. Honestly, it's not bad. I think it's pretty pleasant. And it does have a sweetness to it. So if you don't like bitter, sour drinks, you want something simple and has basically nothing in it besides whatever natural flavors are in reality. They don't say what natural flavors are. So who knows what that is or means in reality. It's pretty nice. I don't understand how it tastes sweet to me, but it does. It's not anything crazy. But does it taste like grape? Yeah, if I were to describe this as like a grape flavor, I would say it tastes more like the outside of a grape, if that even makes sense. Like it tastes like the smell of a grape, kind of, which in itself doesn't generally have a strong smell to it. Hmm. You know what? I'm going to say this is actually much better than I was expecting. And it does have a flavor to it in a way. And it also tastes sweet. So, really, the surprising thing to me is that it somehow has a sweetness to it. It's not anything crazy, like I said, but it's there. And I don't know how they did that with natural flavors and no sweetener. But it does to me, at least. I'd say if you've never tried it, at least give it a chance and see if you like it. My big question though is what does it mean by natural flavors? And are these natural flavors in here healthy and how does it work? Because it makes no sense. Yeah, anyways, not bad. So that was the hint grape drink. Grape drink? Grape grape water infused with grape essence. Somehow. Pretty nice. Okay, so the next one I've got here is Topo-Chico blueberry with hibiscus extract. You can take a look at their website. So this is a 12 fluid ounce, 355 milliliter can, and it is sparkling water. So you've got carbonation. So this one says real fruit juice with a hint of herbal extracts paired with signature minerality and exceptional effervescence. Okay. For an elevated taste on a healthier indulgence. That's a very impressive statement. This one's measuring the case, but it says 10 calories for the can, 30 milligrams of sodium, and 1 total carbohydrate. Ingredients: filtered carbonated water, blueberry juice from concentrate, hibiscus extract, natural and artificial flavors, citric acid, potassium sorbate, and sodium benzoate to protect taste. Magnesium chloride, which is salt, I believe. Basically salt. Potassium chloride also. At least they're related. That's probably where the 30 milligrams of sodium comes from. Okay, those are minerals for taste. So that's basically it for that. Let's look on the can here. See if there's anything else. Produced for the Coca-Cola Company in Atlanta, Georgia. 3% juice. Yeah, I don't see anything else here. No added sugars. Real fruit juice, herbal extract. I was attracted to the branding on the can. I like this color. And it looked interesting, and the idea of hibiscus extract sounded interesting as well. And the yellow really pops to me on that blue. So that's kind of why I noticed it in a store. It's all right. Yeah, pretty cool. Like I said, 12 fluid ounces for this can. And we can just get a view of all of the information again. So a lot of reflections going on with the metal of the can. Do you have any questions or anything? I can look at something. But other than that, I think I'll pop this open. Or does it say enjoy cold? It's been sitting a while. It still feels a little bit cold, but yeah. So this might taste a little bit like the hint stuff, but maybe I'll try to get that out of the cup here. Hopefully it won't affect things too much. So it definitely has a color to it. Didn't mention any I would assume the fruit juice here is what's coloring this, because I don't see any mention of color specifically. And it does have 3% juice from blueberry. Yeah, blueberry juice from concentrate and hibiscus extract. So that's probably where it's getting the color. I think I'm going to have to change my camera settings. Yeah. Struggling a little bit. So it looks pretty nice. Lots of carbonation. Definitely rich color to it. See what it smells like. Definitely a berry smell to it. Smells pretty nice. Yeah. All right, let's try it out. Oh. So this has got a lot going on in the flavor department. Switch hands. There is a bit of sweetness, but there's also some bitterness to it. My friend and I were talking in the place that I bought this, or I mean, technically he bought it. So what happened was I saw it in the gas station or wherever, and I looked at it and was like, oh, that looks interesting. I'm gonna get it. He was like, no, it's bitter and such and such. It's like, okay. So I put it down and then he bought it. So here we are. But I understand what he's talking about. Yeah, carbonation is nice. The flavor is there isn't much sweetness to it, but you do get some of the fruitiness from the blueberry, and I don't really know what hibiscus is supposed to taste like, but I assume it's in here. Like a floral smell and taste somehow. Straight from the can. I think this has so much carbonation that if you prefer like less carbonation, pour it into a cup and add some ice. I think it would be fine. But obviously the ice will water down the flavor quite a bit. And this already doesn't have like a massive amount of flavor to it. Yeah. I think it's fine. If I were like wanting something interesting, I would obviously go with this, but this one The hint is a surprise at the very least. Yeah, it somehow tastes sweet. I don't understand. Maybe it's like super alkaline or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is more on the like the side of sourness, bitterness, but it does have some sweetness. If you're looking at the ingredients again, it has citric acid, which is going to contribute to the citrus sourness. Yeah. Yeah, if you're used to sweet drinks and drinks that don't have any bitterness in them, so if you don't drink tea, you don't drink, I don't know, coffee is its own thing, but if you're not a tea drinker and you're not like a mineral water drinker or just like carbonated water drinker by itself, because naturally carbonated water to me at least it has a bitterness to it. This is in that direction, so I don't know if it would be something you would be into, but like I say with pretty much everything, try it once and see if you like it. But sometimes things like this require a little bit of exposure therapy, if that makes sense, to see if you like this type of thing. Over time, it's not going to be an instant yes or no. So with me and drinking tea, I prefer to drink it without sugar or anything like that. And I've gotten used to it over many years. But it's my favorite drink, like green tea, cold, unsweetened. So I think with something like this, they do manage to add a fair amount of flavor with the blueberry, but that's only 3% juice. And then the hibiscus, it's hard for me to know what it's contributing to it, but I do sense a little bit of a floralness to it, which I assume is what that is. I think it's nice. It's just going to be based on personal preference, no surprise. And with something like this, it's more so, especially Americans, we're very used to sweet drinks. And this is not it, but stuff like this is kind of, maybe it's changing our opinions a little bit here and there, and like opening things up to more possibilities and different things with drinks. So I think it's nice for what it is. Yeah. So in summary, I'll start with this one. I'll just do like a recap so I can potentially clip this in the future. Just when I do these streams like this, it's hard to clip something out of it because it's just like blabbing and talking a lot and not being concise and such. All right. Taking a look at this grape hint. It is grape flavored water, at least the essence of grape, as they claim. There is really much nothing inside besides natural flavors, as they call it. So it's purified water, natural flavors. It doesn't have any sodium, no carbohydrates, no protein, no calories, no artificial sweeteners or sugar alternatives in here. It's clear liquid, no surprise. And trying it out, I'm actually surprised how it has a sweetness to it. Yeah, even now, after trying something else, this still, to me, has a sweetness to it somehow. I don't know if it's because it's alkaline water, or maybe Who knows, potentially. I'm just speculating. But it is interesting, and it's actually surprising how it tastes. It does have like a slight smell of grape or or something like that. Some type of very minimal fruit smell. And the actual flavor, again, has that sweetness somehow to it, as well as, I guess you could say, the essence of a grape, in the sense that, at least to me, it's more like the skin of a grape. And if you were to like put it in your mouth but not eat it, type of thing, if that makes sense. But I'm actually surprised, and I think it's pretty pleasant for what it is. So that was the hint grape drink, water, whatever you want to call it. Pretty surprising. Sorry. Here's the Topo-Chico. Well, Chico. Yeah, one more time. Here's the Topo-Chico. I keep saying it wrong. Chico, right? Topo-Chico blueberry with hibiscus extract flavored sparkling water. It's a cool can. I like the look of it. There is a fair amount of ingredients in here, which we'll get to. 12 fluid ounces. It does have 10 calories. 30 milligrams of sodium, 1 carbohydrate. And then the ingredients, we've got filtered carbonated water. Sorry, carbonation. Blueberry juice from concentrate, hibiscus extract, natural flavors, citric acid, potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate to protect taste, magnesium chloride, potassium chloride, which are minerals for taste, apparently. And that's pretty much it from that. Yeah. So this one is carbonated. I can pour it out and get a look at it. Considering it has 3% juice, might as well pour the thing in there. You can see it has a color to it, which is natural from the blueberry, most likely. I don't know if hibiscus has a color to it, but maybe from that as well. I'm not familiar with the taste of hibiscus, really, but I would assume it adds a floral scent or taste, mostly. Definitely has a juice-like smell to it, blueberry, and then maybe some of that hibiscus. Let's try it out. I did open this can a little bit ago, and so some of the carbonation is gone, but it definitely, from the can, has quite a bit of carbonation. If you would prefer to not have it like that, you can use a cup, add some ice maybe, but that's going to water down things. Considering it doesn't really have any added sugar or anything like that, it does have 10 calories, which is probably from the 3% juice, which is from concentrate. It's not going to be super sweet. It does have a slight bitterness to it. Yeah. I would say it's a mix of some bitterness with a little bit of sweet. It has the flavor of technically a blueberry, which in and of itself, blueberries don't have a super strong taste to them, in my opinion, unless they're really, really ripe. Stuff like that. And then the hibiscus probably adds a bit of floralness to the drink, but I think it's pleasant. It's going to be really based on your personal preference. If you like something that's not super sweet, you like carbonation, you like at least something in addition to water, I think this could be an interesting one for you. But definitely based on personal preference because of the natural bitterness to this drink, I'd say. So that was the Topo-Chico blueberry with hibiscus extract. Cool. All right. So I think I'm good there. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. If you see it now or after the fact. See ya. I'm gonna sign out of the other one as well. Peace. That was the Scotty Joe Food Reviews on YouTube.